Good morning, Flosstube friends. It is December 16th. We are back home and we have almost finished our decorating. Our babysitting time in the Carolinas went really well. Such sweet, precious times with our grandchildren and their golden retriever, Ellie. I am happy to report that our son-in-law's open heart surgery was successful and he is now home working to recover. And I use the word working because he will be busy doing respiratory therapy, physical therapy, but he's over the hump of the surgery and we are rejoicing and so grateful for all those skilled medical professionals who took care of him and took care of the problem that he had in his heart. We are blessed to be part of that process as we fed and ran children to errands and did housework and schoolwork and a few fun things. Not nearly as many fun things as I had hoped to do, but the next time we go, that will be on the agenda for sure. It's a stressful time for everyone when someone is in surgery and facing those issues. So we knew it was going to be a stressful time for everyone, but praise God, all is well, and we will pray and give him all our good thoughts for complete recovery. Kudos to my daughter who has been a rock through this whole thing. We are excited to be within a week and a few days of Christmas. We have been busy since we got back with not only decorating, but shopping and wrapping, and I still have some of that to do. But guys, it occurred to me this week that I'm very blessed to have a husband who loves Christmas as much as I do. So he is right in there doing actually more than I have done with the decorating. I went for my walk the other afternoon late and came back. It was just getting dark and he is standing on a ladder above our front door where we have a big window, and he's trying to hang the garland from the top of the ladder by himself. Thankfully that was accomplished, but I did get here in time to hold the ladder before the big stretch when he reaches up to put the garland over the nail. My precious boys used to do that job and I was always the ladder holder, but now that it's just the two of us, that job fell on my husband. But I'm very grateful that he loves the season and embraces it with me. It's a very joyful time. There will be a few more small family updates toward the end, but I want to show some stitching and I want to show some books because this is the time to be reading for sure. There are too many wonderful books to pull out, but I'm going to show you the ones I'm working on. I hope you are well and enjoying whatever is causing you to be busy at this time of year. And I send my love and thanks for your support and encouragement. So you know that after the new year, I'm going to have cataract surgery, and just the last month, my eyes have not been cooperating. So the stitching I have done is either with my magnifier and still a struggle, or something bigger that I can handle. You know I can't not stitch. So what I'm going to show you today are the things that I could handle seeing without making a lot of mistakes, and you know that I will be more than excited once those surgeries are over to have good vision again. This is kind of a scary time, but I'm so happy to report that I did get some stitching done. So when I had seen you before, I was talking about starting this precious Mill Hill kit, which was a gift to me from, and I do have permission to tell you, our precious YouTube friend, Home Sweet Home Handmade over in the UK, and you know how much I loved this gift. So I want to show you how far I've gotten, and it would be finished had I been able to see better on my trip. Now that I'm back with my magnifier and my light, this will hopefully be finished this week. So you see the beautiful night sky and the little white church with the red doors. What I'm missing are the beads, a little bit more stitching, and then I think cutting it and putting some felt on the back. These are the only beads I've put on so far because I needed to be home to do those. I'll need to fill in the rest of the steeple. There is a little bit of white stitching here to do, and then a lot of beads and a lot of white stars that I'll need to stitch in here. What a darling ornament this will be. And as I told you, it reminds us of a church we were a part of that was such a precious body. So this will be on the tree, hopefully Christmas Eve. Love this. Thank you to our sweet friend in the UK who just made my day. All right. If you've not watched her, go to her channel. She will cheer you and inspire you to stitch, by the way. And her name is Natalie. Goodness, brain. Okay, then I took with me the little kit I had gotten at Westminster Abbey in London. And after reading the instructions and the background on here, this is not a window in the Abbey. This is a design similar to many of they're called rose windows in many of the cathedrals. So I gave you a little bit of misinformation there. But this is on Ada. I want to say it's 14 count, although it doesn't tell me that. But I was able to get a good bit of this done. Let me see. Is this upside? No, this is right side up. So this will be the front. It will eventually be a needle book. Then there will be a back that has a lot less stitching. But this was a lot of fun. I was able to do the black outline and some of the colors. Guys, I've never had a textile heritage kit where I had a minute of trouble, but this one did not include my dark green. I'm sitting in the car stitching and I got the light green in there and I'm looking for my dark green. I've been through the floss several times. There's no dark green, but I'm not stressing. I'm just going to pull one from my stash now that I'm home and hopefully at least get the window part finished before the end of the year. I can always start the back in the new year. We'll do what we can, right? It's a busy time. Then I took with me my needlepoint stocking, which we had purchased when we were in London on our first trip over there from Liberty of London. Most gorgeous store. If you ever get to London, go to Liberty. You may not decide to buy anything, but the haberdashery room is gorgeous. They did not have any cross stitch when we were there either time, but they have the needlepoint kits, and these are they're called Primavera. That's the company who supplies their needlepoint kits. And I just said, okay, I can see this. I'm going to see how much I can get done before the end of the year since I know that my eyes will allow it. Well, this went on the trip and I got a good bit done. I am hoping that the light coming from behind me is not going to cause you a problem. So this whole top part is finished. Look at that village. The little yellow church in the middle, the little houses. So I love the little guy sledding down the hill. So down at the bottom, you'll see where I was working. You know, this could be a finish. Not before Christmas, but I would love to be able to send this to a finisher during the time of year when they are not busy to get it finished. It's not going to be anyone's stocking because we all have stockings, but I just want this for decoration. It is so colorful, and I am not a professional needle pointer. I've only done maybe 2 pieces in my lifetime. So my tension, my skill is amateur, but it's fun. And I have another kit that I want to start in the new year that is also from Liberty of London, and it's the front of the store. So you would stitch the picture of the store and it would be the most adorable cushion for our home. So anyway, fun on the trip, big stocking, easy to work with. I had it on my scroll frame because I had watched a video on Bothy threads. If you ever need some good instructional videos, she is really fun to watch and helpful. And you don't have to tack this onto the wooden frame, which I thought you did. You can use a scroll frame. So I put it on my scroll frame and got it as tight as I could. And I think it really helped my warping of my canvas from the pulling of the stitches. I'm going to put it back on there when I finish and see if that will help with the blocking. But anyway, Bothy Threads video on needlepoint helped me so much. And they have beautiful kits, more than we can ever do. But I love this because the wool is provided by Anchor, and we all love those flosses. So I'm assuming this wool is just as lovely, and it has really been easy to handle and enjoy during this Christmas season. The last bit of stitching is a piece I really need to finish by December 31st. Our Needlework Guild has what is called a magic list. Well, this is my first year to participate. Magic stands for My Annual Good Intentions Contract. And at the beginning of the year, you put on your list on the Guild's website the pieces that you hope to finish in the new year or in that year. Well, I had put 4 pieces on my list and I've only finished 1. You've seen it. It's that beautiful Blackbird Designs Merry Christmas, and I'll bring that out my next video. I had hoped to get it framed before this season, but it just didn't happen. So that was my only magic finish. The other 2, there's no way. One was the Old Scott, and you know what a huge piece those Hands Across the Sea samplers are. So it'll be, it may be a few more years. It's not even going on my magic list for this year. The other was the beautiful Angel by Teresa Kogut called Pray, and I want to finish her, but it won't happen by December 31st. The last one that was on my list is this one, My Big Toe, the Apostles' Creed, and I'm trying to avoid you having to see the shiny plastic. But this one I think I can finish if I will just work on it every day and not work on anything else except maybe that little ornament. I am using the Gentle Art Midnight as my main color, and it's just a dark blue with a slight variegation. And then the beautiful floss that my friend Samantha, Crafting Between Stitches, had hand-dyed herself, and this is blues, but it also has just a tad of lavender. It is a beautiful contrast, or complement. What word do we use? My art teacher daughter will grimace at my use of those words. I'll get her to correct me. So anyway, if I can finish this by the 31st, it will be my second magic finish, and that would feel pretty good for my first year. I did not bring my board because it's me being scattered, but hopefully you can see. Have I got you? Oh, I'm showing you the back. Well, there you go. That was lovely. Let's do this again. Here we go. All right. Now, I don't know what you can see, but you see I've gotten way down. And I'm telling myself I can do 1 row per day. That's a little optimistic with the way things have been going. But if I do even 1 row every 2 days, I think I can finish it. In fact, I know I can. And we'll take Christmas Day off that stitching list. This creed is so important to us. We love reciting it and believing it. And to have it hanging in our home will be a reminder and a blessing. So let me tell you how many rows I have left. This is on white. I kept calling it linen. Every time I see you, I call it linen. But guys, I think it's just a beautiful even weave. It's gorgeous fabric. So let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a little more than a half. So we'll say 6 rows plus 1, 2, 5 rows of border. So 11. Today's the 16th. Yeah, it's possible. I may spend New Year's Eve stitching madly, but I really want to have this as a finish this year. I really do. So the Apostles' Creed by My Big Toe. Let me hold up just the top for you to see her beautiful blue variegated. I don't know, people. Yeah, you can kind of see. It is the most pleasant stitching. This fabric just makes everything work so well. There's nothing about it that makes it difficult to get finished, except that if you're not super careful, you'll get 1/2 stitch off. And the frogging I've had to do is because I'm 1/2 stitch off, and that would not do on a piece with this much text. I did have a viewer comment on the wording of this where it used the word dead instead of died, and I looked that up because it was bothering me. The text that was used on this design is the more ancient text, which did use the word dead rather than died. So I was very glad to know that, and I won't frog that word out because the ancient text is just as precious, and actually even a little more so than what we recite now. Okay, now we have to do a little bit of book talk, and I also have a shout out and just another bit of brief family update. Let's see. Oh, I do want to show this. I'm wearing my Winnie the Pooh shirt today. I love Winnie the Pooh. And I am going to my old workplace at the college to return some of these books I'm going to show you. And one of my dear friends there has been always so thoughtful to gift me with Winnie the Pooh items. So today I'm wearing the necklace that he gave me, and I just had to read the sentiment on the back. I think this is why I love A.A. Milne so much. "We'll be friends forever, won't we, Pooh?" asked Piglet. "Even longer," Pooh answered. And when he gave me this, I just cried. It was such a sweet retirement goodbye. So I will be wearing that today as I go return my books and wish them all a happy holiday because they'll have some time off. Okay, books. So every year with our family, we read aloud Louisa May Alcott's book, An Old-Fashioned Thanksgiving. Now this is the library copy. There are many editions. This one does have illustrations. The ones on the inside are black and white. But if you're familiar with Little Women or Joe's Boys or any of Alcott's books, it's the story of a family and their country Thanksgiving out in New England, and it's just a tradition for us. Well, this year I read it to myself because no one was home with whom I could read it, and our little granddaughter who lives locally is a little too young for this story. But if you want a classic for Thanksgiving next year, I highly recommend this. It would take an hour or so to read aloud, maybe not that long, but just heartwarming and gets you ready for the feast coming on Thanksgiving Day when they talk about all their yummy foods. And at the end of this edition, it may be in every edition, she gives recipes. In fact, I always wanted to try her apple slump, which sounds like a cobbler. But you get the recipes in the back, so much to enjoy in one book. Then I took with me L.M. Montgomery's The Blue Castle. I'm a big Anne of Green Gables and Emily fan of the Montgomery, but guys, I had never read this one. And it's some people's absolute favorite. The only negative about this story is I'm into it, I love it, but it has to go back. So I'm going to ask one of my daughters to bring her copy home so that I can hopefully finish it during the holiday. It is a standalone, so if you've not read any of the other L.M. Montgomery books, you could pick this one up. And it's timeless, so I highly recommend that. Then, a dear friend last year, our friend Nicole, Buckeye Stitcher, sent me this R. William Bennett book for Christmas. And if you are a Christmas Carol fan, Charles Dickens, if you can get your hands on this, you need to read it. The title is Jacob T. Marley, and you know that Marley was Scrooge's partner who had died before Scrooge's experience on that Christmas that we see in A Christmas Carol. So I'm rereading this year and just appreciate Precious Nicole for getting me on board with this. I had never even heard of it, but what I probably should do is finish this one and go back and reread A Christmas Carol again, because again, a timeless read and one that never grows old, no matter how many times you read it. Then for those of you who share my faith, if you do not, you can go get something to drink and come right back. But I am working through this book by Thomas Merton. It is called Advent and Christmas. And there is a reading for every day of December. No, it doesn't say December. For every day of Advent, because Advent starts, it's the church calendar. Don't worry about that. Very short readings, but very, very thought-provoking. And this has been such a blessing again this year. This was either a gift from one of my sons or my husband ordered it when a friend recommended it, and I wish I had written in the book. I do know that my son loves Merton. He may have recommended it as well. But Advent and Christmas. Okay, everybody come back, even if you went to get a beverage. I want to laugh with myself to say that when I listened to my video from last time, I hate watching them, but I can listen to make corrections. If I had used the word fun one time, I think I used it 1,000 times. I need a thesaurus, guys, or a better vocabulary. We know our stitching is fun, so forgive me for that boring overuse of the word. We'll see if we can make that any better in the new year. Thank you most of all for your love and support. I come in and out about this channel, but right now I am plugging forward, and I hope each month I hope I will have more stitching to show you. But if you'll forgive me, I'll throw the books in when there are books to share. Along those lines comes my shout out. I found a channel this week who not only talks about cross stitch, but also talks about her reading and has the most delightful sense of humor. I have laughed with her. She's doing Vlogmas, and her name is Rainey, R-A-I-N-E-Y. She gave me a shout out this week. So I'm going to return that favor and shout her out because she's cheered me all week. Rainy Day Reading and Creating. Her Vlogmas shows her beautiful Christmas decor. She talks about what she's reading or listening to. I'm glad to find another audiobook fan. And then she shows her cross stitch. She is doing the most magnificent full coverage. As you know, I haven't gone there except my little small ones. Oh my word. So if you need a good chuckle and a good bit of Christmas cheer, go to Rainy Day Reading and Creating. I'll put it down below. Another channel that I have just started watching, who is friends with Rainey, is called Libraries and Labradors. And I just watched her first video today. She is a reader and a mom and has two beautiful I don't know if they're called blonde or white Labrador dogs. Anyway, I will be watching more of her, and I will try to give you an update on that. But oh, so fun to find 2 new channels who are friends with each other. So give them a try. And I think that is all today. Oh, no, one more thing. This day is crazy for my channel, and it's going longer. I hope no one is bored yet. If you are, thank you for hanging in there till now. I just have to do a quick product plug because it's the time of year to buy sale products if you need to get it for yourself. I worked with a librarian who used to kid about drinking this product because of the stress she would go through. It is from Bath and Body Works, and it's called Stress Relief. This is the body wash. It is eucalyptus and spearmint, but they had a sale, and I just stocked up yesterday, and I promise I'm not drinking it, but oh, what a nice, as they call it, aromatherapy to clear the mind. So we have the bath, body wash, we have the hand cream, which I'll use all winter. We even have hand sanitizer, and it's so refreshing. It's not, doesn't smell like cologne. It's just like almost an essential oil smell, really uplifting. And I had no idea they had the soap. This is a shea butter cleansing bar. Isn't that a beautiful package? I hate to open it. So Merry Christmas to me. Oh, last thing. Ugh. Guys, I had a list and didn't look at it. When we were in South Carolina, we did visit a needle workshop. Now, I'm not able to show you what I bought because I'm not supposed to be buying anything, remember? So I asked my husband, who encouraged me to go, he sat in the car while I browsed, to wrap what I purchased under the tree. So he will, and I will show you after the holiday. The name of the shop is Barefoot Needle Arts, and it is in Surfside, South Carolina. I don't know how new the shop is, but their layout was so shopper friendly, beautiful fabrics, charts so that you can find them. Not as many models yet, which makes me think it's a newer shop, but here's the thing that was the most fun to me. They had a Hello by Liz Matthews trunk show. And I've never stitched Liz Matthews, so you'll know what you're gonna see that I'm hopefully getting under the Christmas tree. Beautiful, beautiful designs. So that was my day of fun that day. We actually went to the beach in Myrtle Beach, and then we drove over to Surfside, which is a beautiful community, and popped into that lovely little shop. And I spent probably maybe 45 minutes at the most. I tried to be considerate of the man sitting in the car, but they were so helpful, and I think I will love stitching my Christmas presents. All right, guys, Merry Christmas. Have a blessed holiday. I hope to see you very soon because we still have to talk about plans for 2023. So take care. Let me hear from you if you have news or anything else you want to share, and know that I'm sending love and hugs from chilly Texas today. We had some bad weather blow in, and now the cool front is here, and we're getting ready for the big day. We do have family coming in for Christmas, 3 of our precious grandchildren, so the house will be active and just Christmassy. We can't wait. And I do have their last gifts to wrap today. Cannot wait to watch littles open their gifts again this year, as we have enjoyed in the past. Sending love. Take care. Bye-bye.